The man suddenly jumped into the pool in full view of everyone. He grabbed a lobster from the water and started eating it wildly. His girlfriend couldn't believe her eyes when she saw this. She quickly rushed Eddie to the hospital. They planned to do an MRI to check for any abnormalities in Eddie's body. With painful screams echoing through the room, Eddie began to convulse violently. The doctor had no idea what was happening, so they told Eddie to go home and wait for the results. However, as soon as he got home, the rock-playing neighbor started blasting music again, tormenting his ears. Eddie knocked on his door trying to reason with him, but the neighbor completely ignored him. Eddie immediately transformed into a menacing face. The neighbor was so frightened that he dared not argue back. Just as Eddie was about to fill his stomach, a deep voice suddenly echoed in his mind. It warned him not to open the door. As Eddie was puzzled, trying to find the source of the voice, a knock on the door suddenly sounded. A few burly men burst into the room. They demanded that Eddie hand over the symbiote. With guns pointed at him, Eddie panicked and raised his hands in surrender. This made the symbiote inside him feel deeply embarrassed. It forcefully controlled Eddie to lower his hands. As the two sides were at a standoff, the killers on the other side hesitated, unsure of what to do. Then the symbiote made its move. It could quickly manifest tendrils. In just a few moves, it knocked the killers to the ground. During the fight, the bond between Eddie and the symbiote grew stronger by the second. To escape the Foundation's pursuit, Eddie drove at full speed, but he was still pursued and surrounded from all directions. Fortunately, the symbiote was experienced, which allowed Eddie to narrowly escape danger again and again. Meanwhile, the scientists observing everything from behind the scenes, after seeing how well the symbiote and Eddie were working together, ordered that Eddie must be captured alive. This was because, until now, the experiment had failed countless times. Eddie was originally just a small-time journalist. One day, his superiors assigned him to interview the Life Foundation. But the night before he left, he found something shocking on his lawyer girlfriend's computer. The Life Foundation was using human trials for their drug tests, even willing to conduct experiments on humans. This revelation made Eddie, full of a sense of justice, not hesitate to confront the scientists during the interview. As a result, both Eddie and his girlfriend were fired. That day, a Life Foundation employee found Eddie. She told him everything she knew, and hoped Eddie would help expose the entire experiment. But just as they were taking photos and gathering evidence, one of the test subjects recognized Eddie and shouted his name, calling for help. Eddie, risking being discovered, grabbed a fire extinguisher and smashed it against the glass. Although he managed to rescue the homeless man, the symbiote also entered Eddie's body in the process.